I was watching television and I saw a breaking story. And it was this story about this young girl giving birth on the beach. And the story talked about how she abandoned her baby. And I thought to myself, how could someone abandon their baby? The next day, I got a phone call from this family who had explained to me that the lady who had abandoned her child on the beach was their nanny. They had come over from South America for a 2-week vacation to spend time on the beach. What happened was they had no idea she was pregnant. She hid it very well. In fact, during her pregnancy, I believe at that point she had only gained 15 pounds, so she was able to hide it very well. What she didn't know was that she was suffering from a medical condition called preeclampsia. So basically what happened in that case was she ends up in the morning on the beach in Bal Harbour, Florida, giving birth to her baby. She doesn't recall how she got there. She doesn't recall anything other than she's on the sand basically giving birth to this baby boy. She was somehow able to cut the umbilical cord with her fingernails, place the baby on his side, and the next thing you know, she's walking around in the water trying to wash herself off. 2 ladies who were walking on the beach saw her, and what they ended up doing was immediately contacting the police. The police come, and without much investigation, they immediately take my client into custody, take the baby into state custody. The baby was fine. Take the baby into state custody, and next thing you know, we have a mother who is sitting inside the Dade County Jail for child neglect. And basically, the state at that point was going to take her child away from her. When I got to the jail, I met the young lady, and we had some conversations, and at that point, I realized that this baby was planned. It wasn't a baby that she meant to abandon, and she had all this information. Not only that, she had stuff in her room where she had purchased baby bottles, baby clothes, and that kind of stuff. Immediately, that sent signals that this baby was never meant to be abandoned. I told the family at that point, we need to look into this, and I would take on the case pro bono. I felt really badly for this lady. What I did was I immediately contacted the doctor because she was taken from the scene to the hospital. The doctor who delivered the placenta was kind enough to speak with me shortly after my conversations with the client. What I learned was she was suffering from this medical condition called preeclampsia. Basically, and the bottom line is that her blood pressure elevated to such a high number where it was almost like a toxemia, where she had no idea what was going on when she ended up on the beach giving birth. And the doctor was willing to back me up because it was a high-profile case here in Miami-Dade County, but he was willing to back me up and assist us pro bono as well. And to make a very, very long story, drag-out case short, we ended up not only getting the young lady's baby back into her custody after 40 days, but we also convinced the state attorney's office to drop all the charges against her. And she was reunited with her child in Mexico. And for me, out of all the cases throughout the past 10 years, that's probably the most self-gratifying.